Imagine Grand Bahama International being a logistics hub where people from North America and South America are passing through Grand Bahama in order to gain direct entry to the cities that they want to go into in the United States without having to go to Miami to clear customs and immigration. Imagine that same thing for cargo. These are opportunities, these are big opportunities that need not us to be investing, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000. We're investing millions and billions of dollars. And so there's lots of money out there in the world. There's lots of money floating around looking for places to make money. And we have that place. We just need to figure out, we need to be intentional about getting it.
And folks, he's touched on the first national resource that we talk about for tonight, which is our geopolitical location, where everything has to pass through us to get from one side of the world to the next side of the world. At least that's my interpretation of geography. Right? You might say it a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. God gave us a position on the earth that is, Singapore has a similar position in the East, and you see what they've done with theirs, and with their free trade zone. It's important you have to have a free trade zone for those kinds of businesses to be able to flourish.
Right.
Otherwise, they get caught up in red tape, and logistics is a just-in-time business. Things have to flow clockwork-wise. It can't be waiting on customs approval. It can't be waiting on clearance for ships to come in and people to come in. It has to be able to move. And so you have to have the necessary regulatory regime to allow those kinds of things to happen at warp speed.
Right, and that's, if I use the Golden State Warriors scenario, the way they pass the ball around before they shoot, that's the kind of mechanism that we need for what you just described.
Yeah, you can't stand up dribbling.
Right. So what uncomfortable truths does the Grand Bahama private sector and people need to own up to in their roles to cause the acceleration stage to be the norm?